Hold on to your butts. These are the Squashbuckler Diaries. Welcome back. My name is Guy Hasson, and you are listening to the Squashbuckler Diaries podcast. The podcast about Joy Shelley, the girl who lives in dreams. She lives in her father's dreams, and they have a life of adventure. We're following her year by year from birth to death, and right now we're covering years 2 to 6, and she's 4.5 years old. And she just, in the last episode, stole a car. Her father was an obsessed dreamer. He just wanted to buy a car. She couldn't understand why, because they already have a flying ship. So why would they need a car? And she's been flying the flying ship for 2 years now. So, which we've also covered in this podcast, how she got to start driving the thing, to helming the thing. So anyway, she stole a car. So what do? She's actually in the dream. She's growing up in the dream. She can be hurt. Her father can't be hurt. He's a dreamer. Anything he wants, almost, can happen. But he doesn't know that completely. It's his subconscious. He doesn't know he's in the dream. And he's raising her there. So what would he do? What would you do if your kid stole a car? Your 4.5 kid stole a car in the dream. Let's listen. Episode 133, The Car, Part 2, Driving Blind. Joy's age 4.5, told by the Red Dragon. Within seconds, after 4.5-year-old Dragon Little stole the car from the auto dealership, Dragon Father was wearing a jetpack and flying after her. He caught up with her and screamed at the window, "Joy, stop the car!" She looked up at him. "No!" She could not see above the window. Her leg was on the gas, the tip of her behind was on the tip of the seat, and her hands were holding the steering wheel. She has been able to helm Bonnie's Revenge for 2 years now, but in this case, she could not see in front of her. "You're stealing a car, that's not right." "I'm bored, we don't need a car." Dragonfather looked forward and saw she was heading towards a sign. "Oh my God," he muttered. A blast gun appeared strapped to his elbow. He aimed it at the sign and it exploded just a second before Dragon Little drove through the rubble. "Joy, a tree!" Dragonfather blasted the tree just as she steered left, almost running into a building. "Right, don't tell her." Dragonfather flew above her now, blasting trees, homes, cars, buses, all empty of people, just as Dragon Little drove past them. After a few minutes, a big blade appeared in his left hand. "That's enough," he said to himself. He cut off a square piece of the car's roof. Dragon Little looked up at him. "Dad!" He landed on the driving seat, picked her up. "Dad!" Moved her to the seat next to his and sat down in the driver's seat even as the jetpack, the blast weapon, and the blade disappeared. "All right then." He hit the brakes and the car stopped. He looked at Dragon Little, angry. "We don't steal, got it? No matter how bored you are, we do not steal." She looked at him in defiance, but then lowered her gaze. "Okay." A dragon-sized monster was rising from the ground next to the dealership. He sighed. "I knew it. We're going to pay for that." He sighed again and looked at Dragon Little. "Looks like you're going to get an adventure after all." Her face lit up with joy. He hit the gas and the car started moving again. "Let's do this," told by the Red Dragon. Hashtags Joy, Justin, learning to drive. And as you can guess, this is not the last episode of this arc. We're going to see what happens next with the monster in the episode called Yeehaw! The Squashbuckler Diaries is meant to teach us what life in the dream is for Joy, for her father, how a girl grows up in a dream, and this is how she grows up in a dream. This is how she learns not to steal, but also this is a girl that can steal cars and just drive, and this is a father that has to save his girl many, many times because the environment is always dangerous. And sometimes, as we saw, and as we'll see, he's not around. Sometimes he's awake. So, let's see what happens next in the next episode. And now, the credits. The Squashbuckler Diaries are written and read by me, Guy Hasson. All the tags mentioned in this story are searchable at the website. You can find all the stories there in written form and, in fact, 150 Squashbuckler Diaries more. The Squashbuckler Diaries is the diary of Joy Shelley, the girl who lives in dreams. She'll be called the Forgotten Girl by her father. She'll be a true heroine. She'll change the world. This project shows her entire life from birth to death. Check out the website at GuyHasson.com. That's GuyHasson.com. I've been an author and a playwright for more than 30 years, and this is the first time I've used the GuyHasson.com website, because The Girl in the Dream is my life project. If you have questions, if you want to comment, please do. You can comment at the website or email me at GuyHasson@gmail.com. That's GuyHasson, GuyHasson @gmail.com. The theme music is called Brass Gentleman and is created by Thomas Howardek. My name is Guy Hasson, and this is my life project. Come back tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow for more.